Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello, Yogi. How are you?
I'm good. What about you?
I am good too. By the way I wanna ask about last meeting. It's about five hypotheses of second language acquisition. I am still lately confused about it.
Okay. Where do I start from?
You can start from the acquisition.
Okay. From the book that I've read, the acquisition learning distinction is the most fundamental of all the hypotheses in present theory and the most widely known among linguistics and language practitioners. It states that adults have two distinct and independent ways of developing competence in a second language.
What are two distinct and independent ways?
The first way is language acquisition, a process similar, if not identical, to the way children develop ability in their first language. Language acquisition is a subconscious process. Um, Language acquirers are not usually aware of the fact that they are acquiring language, but are not only aware of the fact that they are using the language for communication. And the second is um, the way to develop competence in a second language is by language learning. We will use the term learning henceforth to refers to conscious knowledge of a second language, knowing the rules, being aware of them, and being able to talk about them. According to Krashen, teachers must focus on natural, authentic, and meaningful activities in the classroom in order to help else communicate in the real world. Get the point?
Yes, it's clear now.
Okay. What about the natural order hypothesis?
And the natural order hypothesis is the idea that learning different language acquires grammatical structures in a predetermined natural order, and that some are acquired than others.
Yes, English is perhaps the most studied language as far as the natural order hypothesis is concerned. And of all structures of English, morphology is the most studied. The average order of acquisition of grammatical morphemes for English as a second language for both children and adults are the first, the ing ending used in the present and past progressive tenses. For example, I am studying. That's the present progressive. And the past progressive is he was reading. And the second is the s ending used in the plural forms of nouns like flowers, cars, chairs, plates, and so on. And the third, the conjugation of the verb to be like am, was, were, is, are, and so on. And next, the irregular simple past tense of the verb such as he caught a fish or we won the game. And the last one is the articles and the articles a and the. For example, the book, a university, um, a motorcycle, and so on. That's what I know about the natural order hypothesis. So, what about the next hypothesis?
It's about the monitor hypothesis.
Hmm. Okay, can you explain it? I don't understand.
Okay, the monitor hypothesis explains the relation relationship between acquisition and learning and defines the influence of learning on acquisition question status that when people take on right in the second language they produce online the language they have acquired, not the language they have learned. However, Christian Doyce said that learning is important so that people can monitor the language that they produce. Optimal monitor use can uh, therefore therefore use the learning com- competence as a supplement to the accurate competence. Some optimal use will have not complete accurate. The second language will maximal and occasional error in speech can use the consequence grammar so successfully that they can of the products. The illusion of being native, native and the right thing.
Wow, good explanation. What about next hypothesis? Can you explain it again?
Okay, the input uh, hypothesis is while second language acquisition uh, take place. So the input hypothesis is online uh, concurrent. White acquisition, not learning the learner, improve and progresses along the natural order when her on share request. Second language input that is one step uh, beyond his on her current stack of linguistic competence. That's what I can explain for the net hypothesis. Can't you explain it?
Yes, it's about affective filter hypothesis. It states how affective factors relate to the second language acquisition process. The affective filter hypothesis is an imaginary barrier which prevents learners from acquiring language from the available input. The word affect refers to such things as motivation, self-confidence, and anxiety. The affective filter hypothesis basically explains that language cannot be learned if a learner is blocking the learner process. In other words, a learner can have a high affective filter or a low affective filter. The higher filter, the more likely language learning will be impaired, and the lower the filter, the more likely that language learning will take place. That's what I know about the affective filter for hypothesis. Yes.
It's enough for on discussion today. Thank you very much, Yugi.
Yes. Uh, you're welcome, Maimin. Assalamualaikum. Bye.
Waalaikumsalam. Bye.